İkiniz Firavun'a gidin çünkü o azmış bulunuyor. Yani tam bir azma.
And the verse reads, "Go to Pharaoh," for the third verse of Surah Taha. He has overstepped the bounds. Well, the Pharaoh is rampant because of his position, because of his stance. And according to the current scientific search, there is cocaine in his blood. He was drugging himself all the time. And it is incredible that he could find cocaine in that time. In one way or another, he found it. So the recent scientific search, scientific blood workouts in his corpse is found. And this is probably one of the reasons why he went rampant. But speak to him with gentle words. So that hopefully he will pay heed or show some fear. So he's taking admonition. He really thinks he's expected to take admonition and to think over it and to take lesson. So God says that it is not impossible for the Pharaoh not to take an admonition. So even if you preach Islam to Pharaoh, then there is a possibility that he can be communist. So we should go and preach Islam to communists, to the members of the PKK, to atheists, anyone. We need to tell him the true Islam, but in a lenient, humble way, not by fighting them, not by getting into a fight with them.
Dediler ki Rabbimiz gerçekten onun bize karşı taşkın bir tutum takılmasından, çünkü adam ayık değil. Birden böğürerek falan saldırabilir. Bizzat kendisi yapıyor.
They said, "Our Lord, we are afraid that he might persecute us or overstep the bounds. Because the guy is not credible. He can assault himself or he can make his men assault them."
Ama bizzat şahsının azmasından çekiniyorlar.
They said, "Our Lord, we are afraid that he might persecute us or overstep the bounds." The Pharaoh is rampant, really, and the Prophet Moses is concerned that he may go rampant. Because if Pharaoh martyrs them, then there is no love there. No punishment will be inflicted upon the Pharaoh. He can butcher them anytime. So it's a time when law and order didn't exist. God said, "Have no fear. I'll be with you." So when God says have no fear, then it becomes obligatory upon them. I'll be with you, all hearing and all seeing.
Kulağınızın içinden duyuyorum. Kalbinizin içinden biliyorum.
God says that he looks to them, that he's all hearing, that he hears from their ears, that he knows from their hearts, that God says that he is the might in their muscles. I am here, he says, I accompany you, I surround you all over. He says that he also encloses the Pharaoh. He's also looking through the eyes of the Pharaoh as well as looking through their own eyes. He says that I also hear from the ears of the Pharaoh, and I hear and see from all aspects, from right, from the left, from the bottom, from everywhere. Pharaoh and Prophet Moses could only see the front, but God sees from all our directions. He sees everywhere, beneath the soil, above the soil, everything. God says, I am with you, I see you, and I hear you. So God hears even the noise that an ant makes. So God hears everything. He knows everything. Because it is Him who creates all of them. And God says, now go to Pharaoh. But after saying, don't fear him, because it's a revelation, their hearts feel relief. But before that, they really fear. On the 43rd verse of Surah Taha, God says, "But speak to him with gentle words and say to him, we are your Lord's messengers, so send the tribe of Israel away with us, and do not punish them." So God says that do not do any harm to us. We will just go, we will just leave. This is something very reasonable. The Pharaoh says, if you consider us as a threat, then we will go. But while we live, do not give any harm to us. They say all they expect is not being beaten by them. And they say, we are your Lord's messengers. Because God is also the Pharaoh's God. He returned from faith. He rejected the creation of God. He insists on disbelief. He said, have you come to us to expel us from our land by means of your magic, Moses? Do you know why he's obsessed so? Because Prophet Moses says, what I expect from you, the Pharaoh says, what I expect from you is to release me, to let us go. We are not attached to your country, says Moses to Pharaoh. He doesn't have the will or wish to be a leader in his country. His only aim is not to be harmed. He says, we will leave this land, we will leave it to you. But Pharaoh says, are you here to throw us away, to expel us from our land? And this is why the Pharaoh loses his mind about Moses, because in the Torah it states that Moshe would come and reign all over that place, from the Nile to the Euphrates, until all the way to Medina and Mecca, and even including some part of Cyprus. It is related in the Torah that he will reign over those countries. God mentions a reign, so his dominance also includes the borders of Egypt, the lands of Egypt. That's why Pharaoh loses his mind about it. He thinks that Moshe Mehdi will reign.